All right. All right, peace, family. This is part 2 of Prove Me Wrong. Neely Fuller Jr. is a counter-revolutionary. This time, we're going to be with DJ, who believes he is on code and has something to say. Obviously, it's not going to go that way, but we'll let the brother speak for himself. So yeah, DJ, let us know about why you writing me 3:40 a.m. at night to tell me some crap.
Well, cause look, I work overnight, so I just be on the computer sometimes. I be listening to that's my teacher. You know what I'm saying? So when I search Neely Fuller, I go up here and I see salt being thrown. You know what I'm saying? Salt being thrown in a major way.
Right.
So you in the book, and you reading the book, but you ain't really understanding what you read. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that, and I don't think you completely understand racism also, because if you understood racism, what it is and how it works, then you wouldn't be so confused. So that's also in the book also.
Bro, I was there when the term racism was being invented. You understand? Ain't nobody understand racism better than me, but I welcome you to trying to prove me wrong. You understand?
Well, I'm of the belief, and I think it's evident that we all don't understand racism to the extent that the white supremacists understand racism, or black people wouldn't be in a situation that statement is either true or false. If we had this whole racism thing figured out, then black people would not be in the state that we in. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
sure.
I hear you what you're saying, but the evidence doesn't match up with the logic when you add the logic and the evidence when you go out in the world and see the way people interact. In all of the 9 areas of people activity, I'm pretty sure you know all those 9 areas by now since you've been in the book, of course. I could go down, which is economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Racism is the dominant government and political and religious ideology in all 9 of these activities. Now, you're a black nationalist, right?
Sure enough.
Okay. What do you want to do?
What do I want to do? We finna build nations on the continent of Africa. Independent nations. Independent nations to control our own self-determination, if you will, and provide our own food, clothing, shelter, and consciousness to our own people. I'm sure you got a problem with that.
No, sir. I'm sticking to the code right now. I'm sticking to the code. I'm in the question mode. Why do you want to do it?
Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to be under my own self-rule? Because every people on this planet should be ruling themselves, black people included.
Okay.
You just gonna ask me these questions?
What do you expect the constructive result to be?
When you go, what do you mean constructive result?
Can I bring my question? What do you expect the constructive result to be after you go establish these lands in Africa and you get food and you get the other things, et cetera, that you said you get? What do you expect the constructive result to be after all of that?
We're gonna be racially independent. We're gonna be independent. We're gonna provide our own. We're gonna provide for ourselves. We're gonna have self-rule. We're gonna have our own societies, our own nations, our own kingdoms.
Okay. So the code says in the system of white supremacy, which is the dominating world government, there is no such thing as the African government. There is no such thing as the Asian government or the American government. There's only one government, and that's the system of white supremacy. So, when you say you're going to go to some land in Africa, I mean, name a place. Name a place.
Name a place? I don't like to name places before I get there. You understand?
Okay, I'm not sure if the other caller that you talked to was equipped with historical knowledge or what thereof, but just with basic research, what's the African that you was talking about, the gentleman,
Who? PC?
the African gentleman,
Who you talking about? PC?
the African gentleman who helped Ghana gain its independence,
Oh, Nkrumah.
quote unquote.
Nkrumah.
Okay, this brother here. Okay. They say they gained their independence in 1957, right?
All right. Yeah. Sure.
Why did Queen Elizabeth get $1 bill that year also?
Why did what?
Why did Queen Elizabeth get a dollar of money also that year to symbolize that she was still ruling over Ghana in some sort of indirect way? She didn't have a bill in Ghana before that, as far as I was concerned, not Queen Elizabeth II. But when Ghana gained its independence, I mean, with little research, just with Wikipedia research, little to no research, you find out that they were still had their hand in Ghana politics. So when you say they gained their independence, what do you mean how?
Oh, okay. Look, a hand don't mean you don't got no independence.
No, that's not what you told me. Because this is what you told me. Because look, these people are doing basically what you said needs to be done. They're already in Africa now. I'm pretty sure somebody done established a home, built a home, whatever you want to call it. They done built a home. I'm pretty sure somebody got feeding somebody over there. And what's wrong? White supremacy, racism still exists.
Okay. I mean, it depends on how you define that. I mean, again, you're talking about a global world and a global economy. Are they part of a global economy? Yes. Are white people dominating the global economy? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean you're not independent just because you exchange in an economy with another people.
Okay, I got another question.
Hold up a second. Let me say this. The United States was the United States independent of Britain in 1776?
In my personal opinion, on paper, yes.
Okay, so if it was independent in 1776, did they not also still engage with each other in financial and economic trade?
See, this is where this is the problem. This is the problem with your and what happened in Africa. What happened in Africa was a whole bunch of negotiating with the guy. Because as I Google, I see he didn't bust no. It wasn't no wars that popped off behind him. You know what I'm saying? Gaining their independence. You know what I'm saying? It was really more like Britain just kind of releasing the stronghold. So America, these Europeans that was over here, bust them crackers' heads and sent them back over there across that water. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about what America did,
the white man's better. White man's revolution is better than the black man's. So the white man's revolution is better than the black man's.
And I'm sorry, sir.
So the white man's revolution is better than the black man's.
No, I didn't. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're omitting facts. Queen Elizabeth was a European Queen Elizabeth was a European who had no right to even be in Ghana. How dare she at least have put her face on some money? No European has right to Ghana.
Okay.
So when she gets a bill over there, that's still indirectly or directly supporting or enforcing the system of white supremacy. And even over here, they after the Revolutionary War in America, so-called, gained its independence, they put the crackers that was from over here on the money. They didn't put Britain people on the bread. They put people that was from over here that so-called established America, even though all crackers really come from the Europe, so to speak. So that's what I want to say, because a lot of people omit when they talk about the
what's the name of this Ghanaian bill you talking about? You said it's a whole dollar?
No, it was a bill in 1957 that came out. And then I also seen that that this brother here that you was talking about, he with just basic research, the brother that you're uplifting, that you said he liberated such, he went right on up. Neely Fuller always tell us, where did the white people go? That's what us black people always do, because we understand that. Where did the white people go? As I look further down, he over here got pictures with John Kennedy. Why you so? I thought we was talking about establishing an independent nation. Why you still associating with other? You know what I'm saying? Other.
All right. First off, look, I don't see. Let me say this right now. First off, I don't know what bill you talking about. I'm looking at the Ghanaian bills. I don't see no Queen Elizabeth. That's one. All right. Two. I want to say, notwithstanding not seeing no Queen Elizabeth, I want to point out that JFK was a world leader, and Nkrumah was a world leader.
And who was?
Nkrumah was a world leader. If two world leaders are in the same photo, that doesn't mean nothing. That's just two world leaders meeting up. That's nothing. Like, that's just you being superficial and thinking that just because you're independent, as a world leader, you're not gonna meet other world leaders. Where that makes sense.
This is what happens when you don't understand racism, and when you kind of black, and when you kind of a black nationalist. You know what I'm saying? See, if you want to be a black nationalist, you don't fuck with the crackers. Period. You know what I'm saying?
This is according to so you saying that we
don't even, if you say you are a black nationalist, can you patch a wound up? If somebody gets shot, if you and your army get out, do you have niggas who can patch wounds up, or are you gonna have to go to the crackers? Can you supply your people with guns and the ammunition they gonna need? You got the warehouses and shit.
Are you joking? Are you joking?
If we talk about black nationalism.
So are you joking? So I want you to understand that Ghana has its own hospitals. Ghana has its own military.
But
Kwame Nkrumah, look here. Kwame Nkrumah was raising a liberation army to spread out all across Africa. He helped liberate several different African countries.
Hey, look, I'm sitting here as I look at it. It's right here. Queen Elizabeth II. It's a Gold Coast Ghana Independence Bill, overprinted for Ghanaian independence in 1957.
Posted in Discord
from the British Crown, and they got
posted in Discord.
Posted in Discord
in the general, yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second, as you know.
Sure.
This is simple. This is just simple research, because this is what happened when you understand white supremacy. I've already been here. I understand almost all of Africa, except for about 5 nations was colonized. One being Ethiopia. I'm not sure the other four.
Post the image. Look. We can get into it. Post the image. Post the proof.
Proof posted. It's to coincide with their independence. Queen Elizabeth II. Like a stamp.
Man, bruh, this is a stamp.
It should look like a stamp.
Not that it looks like a stamp. This is a stamp.
But even as you go down,
bruh,
Independence Act.
If y'all go on Discord, y'all can see dude just posted a stamp that says Coat of Arms of Ghana. Right? He's talking about basic research. Yeah, man, that's really basic research. Y'all drop a like right here, man. He posted a stamp, man. Yo, come on, man. You gotta do better than that.
The coat of arms, Queen of Ghana. See, look at this. When you look, if you go and look at this, it's no way Ghana gained this independence.
Because it has a stamp, my dude.
All these
Hold on a second. You understand that America got a stamp of Malcolm X? You understand America got a stamp of Harriet Tubman? You understand America got stamps of French and German and British leaders? You understand that, right? It's a stamp, my dude. People, it's a stamp. Come on, man.
I'm saying it's
Nah.
that's not. I mean, that's not. It's really more. It's different than that.
Of course, it's always different with the white boys. See, that's what I'm saying about. Look. This is what I'm saying about these Neely Fuller rights. It's always different with the white boy. It's always different with the white boy. The white boy could do everything that black people do, and then it's okay. It's not. It's nothing. That's all right. But black person puts out a stamp. Stamps are diverse. They got millions of shapes of stamps. Dude got one stamp of the former Queen of England. Maybe somebody wanted to buy it. You know, it's a capitalist country or whatever. It's a free market, whatever you want to say. Maybe somebody wanted to buy it, or it's a socialist country, but still, somebody wanted to buy a stamp. That's it. Ain't no, well, you see, white people are supreme because they got a stamp. Come on, man.
I never.
Nah.
Sir, can I reply? Can I reply?
Sure,
That's not. I do want to reply, but that's not what I'm trying to. That's not what I'm trying to imply. That the stamp means some sort of superiority or something, because that was my oversight, because I thought there was a dollar bill. I didn't continue to read it. But when you do continue to read about what's on that Wikipedia post, you see that the British was still heavily involved in Ghana and its politics. So when we talk about still, when we go,
that's called a global economy. That's called a global economy. You have to understand it's called Britain was heavily involved in American politics.
Okay.
You understand? America went to war to save Britain in World War I and World War II.
So you can honestly tell me that South Africa and all of these African nations should have did a global economy with other European nations.
Some countries thought that wasn't a good idea. Some countries did. You understand? That's what autonomy means. It's like I don't like for instance, you're gonna see some black folk who go to what's his face 5-day checking. I don't know what they call, but 5-day credit. You know what it's called. Like what
economies don't?
Huh?
What economy?
Some people don't though.
What economies don't?
What economies don't participate in the global economy?
What African nations don't associate with any European nation? Can you
don't associate with any European nation? I mean, it depends on what you call European, but a lot of the countries, it was, they either went to the Soviet Union or they went to the U.S. You understand? The U.S. was a superpower at the time, and it still is. So yeah, a lot of countries did get involved with the U.S. A lot of them got involved with Soviet Union. A lot of them got involved with China. Today, China is the biggest trading partner with a lot of African countries. Okay, that's again, like I said, that's the global economy. Some African countries, their largest trading partner are other African countries. Okay, but having a trading partner with your former colonizer, when the basic infrastructure to trade with that former colonizer still exists, that's just called common sense, unfortunately. You understand? But that's not to say that the former colonizers, that's not to say that they still colonize. That just means that they made a poor economical decision. But making a poor economical decision is not necessarily an indication of you being dominated. But you got to try better than that, man. Come on.
I can't believe what you're saying right now. Like I'm just gonna. Can I be completely honest right now? Like, it's no way. You telling me you believe? How could you be a black nationalist with these type of ideologies?
No, black nationalism. Look. Wait, what do you mean? Look, first off, you got to understand. Kwame Nkrumah was a socialist. So the socialists do participate in the global economy. You understand? He wasn't necessarily purely an African nationalist. You asking me about Kwame Nkrumah? He was a socialist. So of course he's going to participate in the global economy. A lot of the Africans were socialists. But that's just what it is. You know, I'm telling you reality. Reality is
Okay,
you can be one and two things.
So I got you.
Yeah, I can't even hear you, man. What happened to your audio?
Okay, and what's that?
Wait, what'd you say?
You can be one or two things. What's that?
One or two
What are
things of
those
what?
one or two things in your opinion?
Wait, what are you talking about, my dude? One second, let me go close to my router. What you talking about? Hello?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, man. And I was saying, so what are those one or two things in your opinion? You, you just said it's only one or two things that you could be. If you have to, you said because he was a socialist. So, and I just want to make this clear right now. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Nah, I can barely hear you. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Man, this shit kind of dragging.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But this is what the system of white supremacy take in all of those political systems that you're talking about: socialism, liberalism, Confucianism, progressivism, conservatism, whatever, all the isms. If did I miss some isms? You throw all the isms in there, and white supremacy touches all of those isms. See, that's the thing about the system of white supremacy. It knows how to take the side of every argument.
According to you. So you're saying that the white supremacists, the white supremacists,
the people who believe it, and I also want to make this statement: the people who believe in white supremacy, are the smartest people on the planet. Not all white people.
Of course, you would say that.
But those who believe in the system of white supremacy have to be, because I can't figure it out to save my life. And I mean, great minds have come and gone. We've had people come from here and go to the moon. We had people figure out a bunch of things, but we cannot get rid of this race problem. So whoever did this was some thinking now.
Yeah, of course. Look, man, I understand you worship white folk. I get it. You know, I don't particularly worship white folk myself. But if you want to worship white folk, that's on you. All right.
No,
let me ask you this. So you telling me
we didn't say anything about worshiping.
You telling me that Karl Marx is a white supremacist, right?
Is that the communist that helped overthrow shit?
Nah, he ain't help overthrow shit. He's the one behind Marxism, though.
Well, I don't have a problem with I'm just gonna put this out here also. I don't have a problem with any of these political systems as long as they want to practice compensatory justice, meaning they're gonna guarantee that no person is mistreated, and they're gonna guarantee that the person that needs the most help, he or she gets the most constructive help. So I don't care if you have a communist system, I don't care if you have a democratic system. Are you practicing justice? When you get ready to make that bill, when you get ready to make that bill, is it gonna result in some people being mistreated? If it results in some people being mistreated when you get ready to do it, then you need to go back to the drawing board, and you can't do it. And you can't solve a problem, and it's gonna create one or two other problems. That doesn't work either. That's against the code.
All right, let me just run this by. So you ain't answered my question. So you said Karl Marx a white supremacist?
Well, did he support white supremacy? From my understanding, he did support white supremacy.
How does he support white supremacy?
Well, was he white?
Yeah, he was white.
Well, here we go. This is what the code says about white people. All white people who are able to be suspect, to be racist, probably are racist. That's what the code says about white people.
Okay,
So
I'm asking you: Is Karl Marx is Karl Marx a white supremacist?
Was he a white person?
Yes, sir.
Well, then more than likely he was.
Nah, but see, you said by all the evidence you got, Karl Marx is a white supremacist.
Well, nobody had. Do you have a list of white supremacists?
I would hope you do.
No, nobody has a list of white supremacists. That's what I'm saying. So you don't know.
Oh, so your ideology is based off of ignorance, my dude. So you can't name a white supremacist.
No, sir. It's based off.
You can't name. Wait, hold on a second. Can you name a white supremacist? Can you name a white supremacist?
Sir, white supremacists are everywhere.
Okay, can you name one?
It's based off the fact.
Can you name one?
It's based off the fact.
Can you name one?
This is what I'm saying. White supremacists could work with you. You could have a white supremacist that you walk by the street.
Hold on a second. Is this thing?
You could have a white supremacist that you walk by the street. You hear me?
Is it? I got a white supremacist walking behind me on the streets.
No, I said you could have a white supremacist walking on the street, walk past you in the street. A white supremacist could be a person at McDonald's, the manager at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that you're saying nothing, my dude. You can't name a white supremacist.
Oh, cause it's no list of them. That's what I'm saying. And then if I make that, this is also what the code says. You don't make accusations. That's why I'm saying they're suspected and they're able. This is what I'm saying.
You just said Marxism.
If we're gonna listen,
you just said the socialists are white supremacists, right?
Listen. If you are white, then white supremacy is your political ideology. It's not socialism. It's not socialism. If you are a Christian and you burn the cross in somebody's yard,
see, that's what I'm saying. You're not even being consistent with the book. You're not even being consistent with the book, my dude.
No, I am being consistent with the book. You're not understanding what I'm saying because you don't understand the code. This is
no, it sounds like you don't understand the code. Because
I tell you,
hold on a moment.
When I say, listen,
I just gotta make sure this thing is. I don't even know if this thing is still recording. Hold on a minute. Let me see something. Man, you just talking, my dude. You're not even saying anything.
I can't believe it.
Like, you legit not even saying anything.
Nah, I mean you legit you're not listening to me. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Because when you understand racism and how it works, you wouldn't be confused.
So you understand racism, you can't name a single racist.
That's not how. This is what I'm trying to. This is what
you just telling me that.
You don't understand.
Hold on.
If you.
Let me see something. Let me pull out this book, cause clearly you don't know what you're talking about.
Sure I do.
Nah, bro. Look here.
Can't make accusations. Because if I was to accuse somebody, if I say, hey, look, that dude right there is a racist, who am I going to prove it by? That's what I'm saying. Because if I just call somebody a racist, I just made an accusation. So if I just call him a racist, who can I prove it by?
But you just said.
Who do I prove it by? This is what the code says. If I call somebody a racist, I got to be able to prove that. That's why they're always suspected racist. That's what the code says. And it's anybody who is able, quote unquote, able. And that had able means something also. That able don't mean all white people. Able means it is some exclusions also.
Okay. There's exclusions. But somehow you acting like
but the codified response, you should have said, then what are the exclusions? But
no. What happened was you said that any social. You said this guy Karl Marx was most likely a white supremacist because he's white.
Right.
That's what you said.
Right.
Okay. All right. Hold on a moment. Ultimate objective. Do not at any time willfully. All situations. Those are one white. Usually masters in science. Let's see something. In comparison. I'm trying to find the quote where he says no. Like it's not about all white people. So I don't know why you're even like there's a separation, there's a distinction between white people and white supremacists.
White, non-white, and white supremacists.
Exactly.
I know that. Why didn't you ask me the question? I can't ask you the question. That's against the code. Why don't you ask me the question? I know the code. Ask me the question.
Ask you the question of what?
Whatever you need to know about the code.
You telling me that if it's a white supremacist, right? No, you telling me Karl Marx is probably a white supremacist. Based off of your research. But you can't say he's a white supremacist. So you saying the white supremacists are ruling the world, but you can't name any of them.
Who am I going to prove it by?
What do you mean, who you going to prove it by? So what's the point of your statement if you can't name any?
What's the point? What's the reason for my... Everybody need to know about the dominating factor in their life in this world. Racism.
The dominating factor is, according to you, is a set of people that you can't name.
How can you find it? You have a bunch of suspects.
Oh, and the suspects is every white person. Every white person is a suspected white supremacist.
This is what logic should kick in there. Because universally, everybody can agree that racism exists, right? Me and you can both agree that racism exists.
It depends on what you call racism. What do you call racism?
Racism is mistreatment of all non-white people for joy.
For joy?
Material comfort.
You said the mistreatment of all non-white people for joy.
And material comfort.
And material comfort.
And glory also. Glory. Joy,
and for glory.
Yeah, so what it's for. Because I mean,
you see, this is the problem with this immature talk that y'all like hawking at us. Okay, that's the problem with the immature talk that y'all like hawking at us. You saying this white boy colonized the planet, if you will, for joy and material comfort.
Pretty much.
And he mistreating you for joy and material comfort. And what does that mean? How does that manifest? What does material comfort mean?
Well, what is material comfort? Material comfort is, nice things.
So he's mistreating non-white people for nice things. You said.
Pretty much, yeah.
What does that mean?
Material comfort.
How does that look? How does that look? What does that mean?
How does it look?
Yeah, because you said it. What does that mean?
What does what mean? Exactly.
What does that look like? What is that
what does it look like? Somebody enjoying material comfort?
All right. How are you mistreated for material comfort?
Oh, and all 9 areas of people activity I'm mistreated.
Give me an example.
Well, if we just talk about the basic things, I mean, I was definitely mistreated in the area of education. And I mean,
how'd that tie in with? Okay, so was your teacher a white supremacist?
Oh no, the miseducation. The miseducation. That is indirect mistreatment. That's the code says. Direct treatment is mistreatment is when somebody's trying to do direct harm to you. Somebody has like a bat or some sort of weapon trying to attack.
You said you were miseducated. Let's go back to it. Who's the white supremacist in that miseducated you?
The system allowed the white supremacists to miseducate me.
So who's the miseducated? Who's the white supremacist there?
They ordained the literature being taught to me. It wasn't no black person telling telling Congress and them what need to be in books so kids can know the basics of what how America was taught.
So there were no black people in Congress.
It was a white person. It was a white person sitting at the top.
Okay, so even if that were true, look,
Negroes or these children need to know before they leave basic education.
Look. All right. So how was you being miseducated?
Black people.
Look, bro. I want to know this. How is you being miseducated? How does that tie in with you? Wait, let me see. You said you were miseducated. So how does that tie into your material like somebody else's material comfort?
Well, when you miseducate a person and you can confuse a person, then you can easily dominate a person. That's what.
Give me a chance. You said it was done for material comfort, right? I asked you for an example. You said because you were miseducated. So you were miseducated, and that gave somebody else material comfort. How?
The white supremacists, yes.
How?
They benefit off miseducating black people. Yes,
how? Where's the material comfort? I'm trying to look for what are you saying? I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Where's the material comfort in your miseducation?
Well, the material comforts come from the white supremacists having their position over us.
Okay, now has it ever occurred to you that this is a white country?
It's a white world, so this is the dominating.
Okay, has it ever occurred to you that this is a white country?
If we talking about,
we talking about America. Has it ever occurred to you that this is a white country?
But what do you mean by?
Has it ever occurred to you that America is a white country?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
All right, you saying that you were miseducated in America and a white man got material comforts over you, right? Has it ever occurred to you that this is his country?
You got glory too.
Okay, has it ever occurred to you that this is his country?
No, it didn't occur to me because I thought we all had rights to a land. That's what they told us.
Okay, yeah. Well, look, who told you that? Who told you everybody got rights to a land?
We had rights to this land. That's what they told us, right?
Who told you that?
They said you have rights. They said you have rights.
Who told you that? Who? Who told you that?
The Constitution said.
The Constitution told you that you have rights to this land?
Yeah, they said you have constitutional rights to certain lands.
Where? Where the Constitution say that? What clause? Pull out the Constitution. What clause is that?
I'm not sure exactly.
Of course you're not sure. There's no Constitution said that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys are making stuff up. The Constitution ain't never said you got no rights.
So the Constitution don't give you a due process?
No, the Constitution did not give you any due process.
Okay, the Constitution don't give you.
No.
Well, it doesn't give.
Are you familiar with Dred Scott?
It doesn't give you the right.
Are you familiar with Dred Scott?
So the 14th and the 5th Amendment just doesn't matter at all.
Hold on a second. Are you familiar with Dred Scott?
The 14th Amendment doesn't matter at all.
Are you familiar with Dred Scott?
Not necessarily, no, sir.
Okay. See, y'all don't even engage in real history, and this is why it's so ridiculous.
Engage in real history, but I'm pretty sure it was some tomfoolery going on. But go ahead, it was some white supremacy trickery going on.
Yeah, of course you're gonna say some nonsense.
Go ahead and elaborate on Dred Scott then.
Of course, my dude. No problem to that. Let me just pull up this. Here it goes. Okay, so no, this is not even it. Let me cause see, you following a bunch of bullocks, a bunch of non-verified, unscientific theories, got nothing to do with reality, and then you're gonna come to me and talk all this nonsense. Nah, bruh, ain't happening. Okay. Here is the conclusion to Dred Scott. The conclusion to Dred Scott, written in 1859, I believe, or thereabouts. No, 1857. Dred Scott's decision was 1857, and it said that persons of African descent have no rights that white men are bound to respect. Okay? During the Dred Scott case. See, that's why this brother was telling me everybody should be reading Dred Scott. During the Dred Scott case, this is what the judge was saying. The question is simply this: can a Negro whose ancestors were imported into the country and sold as slaves become a member of the political community formed and brought into existence by the Constitution of the United States, and as such become entitled to all the rights, the privileges, and immunities guaranteed by the instrument to the citizens? Another quote. We think that black people are not included and were not intended to be included under the word citizens in the Constitution, and can therefore claim none of the rights and privileges which that instrument provides for and secures to citizens of the United States. On the contrary, they were at the time of America's founding considered as a subordinate and inferior class of beings who have been subjugated by the dominant race, and whether emancipated or not, yet remain subject to this authority and had no rights or privileges but such as. And he continues. The point being that no, the Constitution does not tell you that you have due process and all that stuff. At least, especially not in 1857. Now, if you're going to talk about constitutional amendments afterward, that's a whole different story. But again, you're not even remotely understanding that the intention of this country was never to include you in that entire arena.
Okay. So
no, the Constitution did not tell you that you got that.
Okay. What I just heard was what I can say. I wouldn't have been able to observe the Dred Scott decision in real life if I wouldn't have got the code, right? So the code basically just told me that the Dred Scott decision is still going on.
Duh.
Right. So,
but you understand it's not your country. So why are you expecting to write the educational system in another man's country?
But see, this.
No, hold on a second. I'm asking you a question. Do you think that I could go to China and write their educational curriculum? That makes sense to you?
This is.
Hold on a second. I'm asking you. Does that make sense to you? I'm asking you. Does it make sense to you that I could go to China and write their educational curriculum for their children?
This is what you don't understand.
Exactly.
You don't have to necessarily write the educational system, but you don't have to miseducate the kids also. Two things can be true.
Okay, hold on a second. So you're saying that you're miseducated because of what? How are you miseducated?
How was I
How are you miseducated? Give an example.
How was I miseducated in the educational system?
Sure. How were you miseducated?
Well, I mean, I was told lies.
What was the lie you were told?
Well, Christopher Columbus discovered America.
Okay.
I was told. That,
okay. What about it? Let me ask you this: Did he tell? What did he tell you? And what did he tell his child?
I'm not sure what he told his child.
Okay, so you don't think white people? You don't think? Hold on a second. You don't think white people believe that Christopher Columbus discovered America?
I'm sorry, sir.
Do you understand that there are white people who believe that Christopher Columbus discovered America?
Do you know that's rooted in racism?
Hold on a moment. I'm asking you. Do you understand that white people are told?
I understand that concept fully.
Okay, so if they are telling white kids the same thing so are white kids being miseducated?
No.
So if white kids are hearing something, look. White people are not being miseducated, but you sitting inside a white boy's classroom are getting miseducated. That's what you said?
Yes.
So you expect this white boy? Hold on a second. So you feel like because the white boy did not? You're saying that because the white boy did not give you separate instruction, right?
No, you're not letting me finish my statement.
Because your statement don't make no sense.
No, it is going to make some sense.
No. What did you expect the white boy to do? That's what I want to know. What did you expect the white boy to do? To tell you that Christopher Columbus did not discover America?
He's going to become a white supremacist through the process. That's how that works. A suspected white supremacist through the process.
Okay.
That's how it works.
And
so the educational system is going to teach him how to do that, and going to teach me how to not do that.
So you know what? Hold on a moment. You're not. That's what I'm saying. You're in his country. Okay? He's teaching his children, and then you sit into his children's classroom, and you get the same lessons as his children, and then you complaining when you should never have been in his classroom.
So
you expected different instructions in the same classroom?
How did I get in that classroom?
What do you mean? First off, you understand that you had separate educational institutions before that, right?
I mean, as far as I thought I was brought here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought that's how I got in class.
And he told you could leave.
He told me I could leave?
Yes, of course. He set up Liberia. You forgot Liberia?
You telling me we should leave a country that we put blood, sweat, and tears in?
Okay, look, if you're not gonna leave, look, bruh, if you're not leaving, then why are you complaining that he's giving you the same education that he gives his own child?
If I'm not, that really doesn't matter. Two things can still be true. You do not. That's what I'm saying. I guess that's what I'm saying. You're not.
You ain't saying nothing. What do you want him to do? Give you a separate school? You want to give you a separate school?
You do not have to mistreat somebody. Look, even if...
How is it mistreating if he's giving you the same damn school?
It's miseducation.
It's miseducation because he gives you the same school?
If you talking about school, you talking about the building itself?
The same... He gives black folk and white folk the same damn classroom. More or less. I'm not gonna say he doesn't do other stuff with it. But as far as you saying Christopher Columbus and all that, he gives the Christopher Columbus instruction to white folk and he gives the Christopher Columbus instruction to black folk. Right? And what you're telling me is that what he should be doing is he should be giving Christopher Columbus instruction to white folk and no Christopher Columbus instruction to you.
No. What should be happening is people at the very top should not ordain the lies to be told to the black kids in the school, because that along with white Jesus, along with Christopher Columbus discovering America, that gives a white person some sort of you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. So you telling me that when he's teaching history, when he's teaching his American history, his version of American history that he approves for his children, when he teaches that, he should tell the black kids to get out. Don't learn American history.
No, this is not what I'm. This is. I mean, you.
What are you saying?
You really like missing the whole. You missing the whole train here, kind of, sort of.
No, bro, you're not articulating anything. What is he supposed to do with the black student when he's teaching history? When he's teaching when he's teaching Christopher Columbus or George Washington and all that, what is he supposed to do with the black student?
What it's gonna do is gonna trigger them to let them know that they're kind of less than, you know what I'm saying? Or they kind of been, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, white people are over me. It's like almost like fear mongering. Like when you in these schools and they teach you how white people treated us and they teach you how they killed the leaders. By the age of 16, 17, you already know what it is about if you try to hop out here and do something for somebody black.
All right, bro. You not saying anything. I'm asking you because you said that he should have never taught you Christopher Columbus.
The Christopher Columbus story is gonna have two different effects on the two different people.
So what should he do when he's teaching Christopher Columbus? What should he do? I'm asking you, what should he do when he's teaching Christopher Columbus?
They shouldn't ordain lies because lies have been told all in the system.
So what should he do? You said it's good for the white kid, right? You said Christopher Columbus is good for the white kid, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if it's good for the white kid, that's why he's teaching it, correct? That makes sense to you?
Sure.
Okay, so if it's good for the white kid, that's why he's teaching it. So if a white kid and a black kid are in the same classroom, okay? They're in the same classroom. What should he do when he's teaching Christopher Columbus that's good for the white kid?
Well, I'm not sure what I'm certain should happen is justice should happen.
You see, you're not saying anything.
I'm not sure.
You start saying anything.
Different ways to say you shouldn't tell lies. You shouldn't tell lies, and the government shouldn't ordain you to tell lies, and they shouldn't print lies in thousands and thousands and thousands of textbooks and send them out. They shouldn't do that. I don't know how many different ways to say that.
Yeah, bro, you're not saying anything. I'm asking you what the white boy should do. You saying that you were miseducated and you were mistreated, and because you're miseducated, now you can dominate you, blah, blah, blah. You saying all that, but then I'm asking you, what could he have done? What should he have done instead? And you're not telling me anything. You got no solutions. That's another thing with the Fuller rights. The thing with the Fuller rights, I'm telling you right now, they got no solutions. No solutions.
How many times? Yeah, man. I think we should move on because I think we can't get an answer to that question right now.
Of course, you can't give an answer to that question. Anybody else give you an answer to that question? But you can't give an answer because the ideology, the Fuller right, that don't add up. It don't make no sense. Okay? So this white boy, huh?
So can we both say that this white Jesus story does have a different effect on black people and white people?
What should the white boy do instead of teach white Jesus?
They teach white Jesus in Africa, sir.
Huh?
They teach white Jesus in Africa, sir.
Okay, so all right, so what do you expect white people to do? What religion do you think white people should be teaching in this world?
So I'm saying, but no.
What religion do you think white people should be teaching in this world?
So are you admitting that white supremacy is a global system?
Bruh, I'm asking you a very simple question. What religion do you expect white people...
They teach white supremacy?
Huh?
They're going to teach white supremacy?
No.
That's what they're going to teach?
No, it's not... No. If the white people are Christians, right? And they go to a foreign land, what religion do you expect them to teach?
White supremacy.
Okay, so all right. So then I don't understand what's the complaint here.
The complaint with what? White supremacy?
No. What's the complaint with white people? Even if you want to say their religion is white supremacy, what's the complaint with white people teaching white supremacy? I don't understand. What should they be teaching?
Well, white supremacy it's a system of mistreatment. It's treatment of people. You shouldn't mistreat anybody. I mean, even
you just made that up, though. All right, you just made that up. My point is this: white people are Christians, right?
Some of them.
Okay, so they say they're Christians. Okay, if you go to Bible school for 10 years, right, and then you go down to Africa, right? You go to Africa. What religion do you think you're going to be teaching in Africa?
White supremacy.
Okay. You see the trouble and the limitations of nearly Fullerism.
Was it a white person that went to that school?
Sure, man.
They're gonna be teaching. They could be teaching white supremacy.
Yeah, of course, man. But why? What else would they be teaching though? Even if you said it was white supremacy, what else would they be teaching? Would they go to Africa to teach black supremacy?
There's no such thing as black supremacy.
Okay. So then, what do you expect them to do? Like again.
I expect not to mistreat and lots of people when they're doctrine. Is that so?
And why shouldn't white people not mistreat other people? Why would white people not mistreat other people?
Why shouldn't you mistreat another?
Why would white people not mistreat other people? Do you know the history of white people at all?
Sure.
Okay, and what about this history indicates to you that they will not mistreat people?
I mean, it don't look like the mistreatment don't gonna stop. But the code says you have to. If you don't believe that people can change, then you might as well go ahead and do maximum emergency compensatory action.
Okay. I've heard that, but again, that doesn't change. But the reality is this: that whole. Okay. So even if you said you were going to do that, right? What's that going to solve?
Which one?
Maximum blah blah blah. What's that going to solve?
Maximum emergency compensatory action?
Yeah, sure.
Well, in my personal opinion, I think it would send a huge message depending on how you do it.
Yeah, and how you going to do it if you're not organized?
You don't have to be organized to do it.
So you think that one isolated incident is going to send a huge message?
Depending on how you do it.
So you think one individual can change, could set up a whole message for a global system?
Depending on how you do it.
Yeah, all right, man. You see what I'm saying? You ain't saying nothing. So again, we go back to this whole thesis. We go to his thesis about counter-revolutionary. So this brother says, so Neely Fuller Jr. says, do not organize. Okay? Do not organize.
You don't organize around the code. No, you don't organize around the code.
You don't organize, period.
No,
he said
you don't organize around the code.
The code is open air organization. No, sorry. The code is an open air form of resistance, whereas it's not a closed. What was it? Closed 4-wall form of resistance. 4-wall method. It's not a 4-wall method. It's an open air method, right?
Right.
Okay. So the open air method is do not organize, don't it?
You don't organize around this specific book of code speaking action. No, you do not. But if you want to organize, you want to have an organization that wants to, you know what I'm saying, do something else, the code don't speak against that. But the code specifically says do not organize around the compensatory code of action.
Okay, so what that, look, hold on a moment. Because this was like one of the things that really got me closing this book. Okay? Because it's like, that's the most counter-revolutionary thing I heard. It says the United Independent Compensatory Code System is an open-air method of resisting racism. Right? Open-air methods do not work. Okay? The open-air method does not work. The open-air method will not... You know, one of the rules that I said is that organization defeats organization. If these crackers are organized, you know, you're not organizing. That's why you're losing. And if somebody's telling you not to organize, they're telling you that what you should do is you should be on code and have no leaders. That right there is, as Garvey said, the greatest weapon used against the African is disorganization. Okay? The code is a system of disorganization.
No, sir, it's not. If everybody was helping to produce what the code book calls justice, that is togetherness. If all people was trying to go around and produce compensatory justice, that is an organization. We're just not together.
No, but look, there's no dude. There's no all people doing anything. There's no all people doing anything. There's no all people believing anything. There's no all people who think the earth is round. Something basic like that. There's no all people who think the earth is round. There's no all people who think that you know, whatever else you want to say. You know, there's no all people who think that, you know, I'm black. You know what I mean? There's not all people who think that I got, like, let's say if I say I'm dark complected, some people telling me no, you're not dark complected. You understand? Or even somebody might say, oh, you know, if I say, oh, I'm light skinned, they say no, you're not light skinned. There's no all people that agree to anything. So the idea that all people are going to agree to some obscure book that has no solutions, right, already means that it's a distraction, a diversion, and it's worthless.
So you with a straight face can say you against compensatory justice.
Compensatory justice is not a reality.
I'm sorry, but that's not an answer to the question.
Alright, what's compensatory justice? Tell me what compensatory justice is.
Compensatory justice in the book means you're going to guarantee that no person is mistreated and guarantee that the person that needs the most constructive help gets the help that he or she needs. Are you against justice? Compensatory justice. Meaning, are you for mistreatment?
Bro, you have to understand the history of white people. You do not have an history of white people. If you had an understanding of white people, you would understand that there is no such thing as white people not being interested in exploitation or quote-unquote mistreatment. You would understand that white people have a what do you call it? White people have a asili, an asili, or let me say utamawahanza or something like that. I can't remember, but they have an asili where it's almost in their genetic coding to be exploitative and terroristic. And this has been going on far longer than this hypothesis of a white supremacy. Okay? White people have been, if you want to call them savages, for at least 5,000 years. Okay? And because of that, it's because it goes back so far. But that does nothing to do with anything to do with white supremacy. That just means that they have some dominance. They have some dominance now, yes, but it's a part of the global, let's say the global politics, the geopolitics, if you will.
The only political system on the entire planet is the system of white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta understand it. I don't understand how you keep passing that fact.
So you're saying that China is run by is run by white supremacy.
Hey,
or the political system of China is white supremacy. That's what you said.
They are subordinate.
How is the political system of China white supremacy?
They subordinate.
They what?
They subordinate.
Okay, so when China released this coronavirus,
subject to the system of white supremacy.
When China hid this coronavirus, right? When China hid this coronavirus and the facts about this coronavirus, and then coronavirus spread all over the world, how was that consistent with and it damaged the Wazungu economy, right? Or the white man's economy? How was that consistent with white supremacy, subordination?
If it had anything to do with the white supremacy, it was as white supremacists. It was to help to benefit the system of white supremacy.
Okay, so how did this coronavirus benefit the system of white supremacy?
We'll see after the results.
Okay, so we saw that the global white economy collapsed.
The pandemic isn't over yet. We haven't seen the end of the results yet. Now, if we see hundreds and millions of black people just to start dropping off the ends of the earth from this coronavirus or something else come out, then we know who's behind it.
100,000 white folk died from this coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Leaders in Europe, leaders in America died from this coronavirus. Okay? Businesses and industries, the hotel industry, all that collapsed due to this coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Right? And you're saying that was what white supremacy was planning all along?
Hey, could have been. We
conspiracy theory. See, you see, this is the thing. You're not acting on any sort of intelligence. You're not acting on any sort of anything. You're just talking.
Over yet. The pandemic is over.
So you're just gonna wait and see. So you're just gonna wait and see. But now look here. Let me say this right here. China's economy bounced back.
Yeah.
Okay, America's still closed. America's still hemorrhaging. China's economy bounced back. Wuhan, where the virus is allegedly started, full recovery. They're having public gatherings now. And you're saying that that's consistent. That's what the white man was planning all along. Come on, man.
It's helping white supremacy in some sort of way.
You see, that's the thing, man. That's empty rhetoric. You got no proof. You're just saying it.
The proof is in the evidence. You just said they've been studying this for 5,000 years. I didn't say that. You said that. So when did it get out of them? For something like this not to benefit them. They gave us anytime they say this is going, anytime, I want to make this statement too. They say anytime a white person gives you something to say, this is supposed to help you. You should be weary of it because they have never given us something to help us. You should be approaching it with extreme caution. The code also speaks to that.
Yeah, all right. You're not saying anything though. You see, people have to. I want people to pick up on how you not saying anything. You're not saying how coronavirus is helping this white boy. You saying, well, we'll just wait and see. We'll just sit in our hands, do nothing, and when the white man somehow benefits, then we're gonna say, there it is. There it is. But so the white man is organized to take advantage of situations. You understand?
The code says.
The code is nonsense.
The code says we, you know what I'm saying, are basically, you know what I'm saying, children.
Oh. You see, and see, look, there's this poem called The White Man's Burden.
black people in the system of white supremacy have really been relegated to the role of almost like beggars. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with people in America. Black people in America definitely beggars, definitely. But I'm not gonna argue with that.
No, sir. I mean, even when you have millions and millions of people flooding from these black nations coming over here for the land of opportunity, the code speaks to where did the white people go? I need to go get some education. Where did the white people go? You know?
Hold on a moment. What did you say? Oh yeah. It's White Man's Burden. Let me point out to you what White Man's Burden says. You heard the poem White Man's Burden?
No, sir. I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, written in 1899 by Rudyard Kipling. Okay. You ready? This is the poem 1899 by Rudyard Kipling. It's about the Philippine-American War, right? Let me see if I can find the text. Okay, so this is what we had to read in while we were getting miseducated. This is what we had to read. It says, "Take up the white man's burden. Send forth the best ye breed. Go bind your sons to exile to serve your captives' need. To wait in heavy harness on flooded folk and wild. Your new caught sullen peoples, half devil and half child." Right, and it keeps going. But the idea of this is what we call white supremacist poetry, right? And what is it called? Black people, or well, in this case it was Filipinos. But what do they call the people of the white people were colonizing? Half devils and half children. What did Neely Fuller call black people or non-white people? Children. So the only white supremacist is this guy Neely Fuller Jr.
So you had taken a stance that Neely Fuller Jr. can be a white supremacist and he's a black guy.
Sure. I mean, if he calling black people children, if Rudyard Kipling calls black people children, and then Neely Fuller Jr. calls black people children, and Rudyard Kipling's a white supremacist, what does that make Neely Fuller Jr.?
Neely Fuller Jr. is speaking to what status we have been relegated to. Sure, we
not we,
and I want to
we.
speak to something also, because this is not a new phenomenon, because Martin Luther King, he was actually in Memphis, Tennessee the reason he was in Memphis, Tennessee was to help some people who were boycotting. And you know what they had on their signs?
Well, I'm a man.
Grown men. What did they say?
I am a man.
Okay, so right. So do white supremacists not have eyes? Do they not see that these are men standing in front of them? So why do they think they need a million signs to say I am a man? Obviously, the treatment, and they were being treated like boys. I mean, they were being treaded on. I mean, at some point you gotta say I'm a man. So I guess
okay, you probably don't understand what happened in history or our story or whatever. But during the time of segregation, black adults were being called black men in particular were calling boys. White racists were calling black people boys.
I know that much. Boys.
So that's why they would say I'm a man.
Okay.
And not just that, you have to understand if you go back to Sojourner Truth. Hold on a moment. Sojourner Truth had a speech where she says, "Ain't I a woman?" because she wasn't being respected and treated as daintily as white women. And she said, "Ain't I a woman?" That's just a statement of how people were being mistreated. That don't mean that they are not adults. They are saying, "I am an adult." You know, you completely. Now here's the thing. Now see, that's what I'm saying about how y'all disrespect our ancestors. You know, those are our ancestors. No, hold on a moment. I want to make this clear. Those were our ancestors who suffered for us. You know, they suffered things that we don't suffer, right? Anymore. They suffered it for us. And then you gonna come back and tell us, you and this white supremacist Neely Fuller Jr. that you follow, y'all gonna go up and tell us, oh, well, look at that. See how those people are children. How our ancestors. You gonna come tell me that my ancestors were children based off of how the white boy mistreated us. You're gonna continue the same mistreatment on our own ancestors. Come on. And then you gonna talk about you got intellectual smoke, man. Come on. Nah.
See, you still saying like, boy. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. We were grown men, but the status of a black person was relegated to a boy status. It's totally different from your age.
First off, how were they relegated to a boy status? How were they relegated to a boy status? Explain that.
Well, when you a grown man and you and your gal have to step off the curb for a white person, that's relegated to boy status.
So so you're saying that white boys? Hold on a moment. You saying that? Hold on a second. I want to get this clear. You saying that white boys when a white man's walking down the street, a white boy walks out of the way.
That boy get in the back, gal, up that bell, get that barge.
No, hold on a moment. I'm asking you. Are you saying that if a white boy is walking down the streets and a white man's walking the same way, then the white boy walks into the street?
He had just been son. He had just been relegated to a boy status.
No. I'm asking you. Is that what white boys do?
When they knock on your door at 4:00 in the morning and take Emmett Till out of there, and you a grown man, and you better not do nothing. You have been relegated to a boy status.
So are you saying that white men kidnap white boys?
No.
Are you saying that's what boyhood is?
Black men to a childlike status.
That's not what children. That's called a foreign occupation. You understand? That's a foreign occupation. They were under foreign occupation and they were being abused and harassed. It got nothing to do with being childlike. You don't do that stuff to children. None of that is like. Do you have children?
As far as I'm concerned.
Do you have children?
The white supremacists did everything to children.
Do you have children?
As far as I'm concerned, I seen in Waycross, Georgia, that a police officer just shot at 5 children. 9, 12, I think 14, 15, and 16. So when we talk about what suspected white supremacists are doing to children,
white people,
they've been doing this stuff for years.
He did this to white children or black children?
I'm sorry, sir?
He did this to white children or black children?
Oh, black children. These are black kids.
Okay. But you're saying you have to understand, if you're gonna use the term child, that means that he's doing this to his own children, correct?
Well, basically, yeah.
No.
The code basically says we are their child.
He's doing it to white children. Is that what you're saying? He's doing this to white children.
Who? No, sir.
Okay, so if he's not doing it to white children, how is it the treatment of children?
I'm sorry, sir?
If he's not doing it to white children, then how is it the treatment of children?
If he's not doing it to white children, they did it to black kids. They did it to black children. They shot at the black children in Waycross. That's what I'm saying.
So then that means that that it's not being done to children. What don't you understand about that?
You said it's not being done to children?
I mean, it's not a treatment of children. It's not a symbol of being a child. It's just a symbol of being another race in a hostile environment. You have to understand this. That what you don't get. And actually, let me bring out, because see, the trouble is this: y'all don't read any good literature. You only read nonsense. You have one. So it's like the Bible. You know, if you only read the Bible, let me ask you this: if you only read the Bible, you think you're gonna be smart?
I've never read the Bible.
Okay, so you think that if somebody only read the Bible and swore by the Bible, you think they got a lot of knowledge to them?
It all depends on what they do. I don't think
all they do is read the Bible.
It all depends.
Okay, so you only read one book, and then you think that you could actually get with somebody who got a library bigger than your house, bigger than the little shack you at, the little kids corners you at. Look, let me read to you this. All right, this is Martin Delaney. All right, let me see what year this is. Okay, I didn't put the year, but it's in one of his books. Let me see if I can remember the name of the book. Don't remember the book. For some reason, I didn't write it down. But look here. He says that there have all been in all ages, in all countries, in every corner of the habitable globe, especially among those nations laying the greatest claim. You hear me?
I hear you. I'm here.
Especially those laying the greatest claim to civilization and enlightenment, classes of people who have been deprived of equal privileges, political, spiritual, and social, cannot be denied. And that this deprivation on the part of the ruling classes is cruel and unjust is also equally true. Such classes have been looked upon as inferior to their oppressors and have even ever been mainly domestics and menials of society, doing the low offices and drudgery of those among whom they lived, moving about and existing by mere sufferance, having no rights nor privileges but those conceded by the common consent of their political superiors. These are historical facts that cannot be controverted, and therefore proclaim in tones more eloquently than thunder the listful attention of every oppressed man, woman, and child under the government of the people of the United States. Right? All right. So I'm gonna pause right there. Okay. So what is he talking about?
You sound like you're talking about oppression of black people.
Okay, it sounds like that, right? All right. Look here. So this is what Martin Delaney's saying. Martin Delaney had first-hand exposure to slavery. Now look here, brother. What I want you to understand is this. What I want you to do after this is done, cause you clearly out of your league. I'm gonna tell you go get my book. Expand your repertoire. Cause this is my book. This is it on page 409. So expand your breadth, and then you could see a larger world. Cause right now you said that sounds like what black people are going through, right? Look here. Here's how I'm gonna continue. It says, in past ages there were many such classes, as the gladiators in Rome, and similar classes in Greece, and in the present age the gypsies in Italy and Greece, the Cossacks in Russia and Turkey, the Slavs and Croats in the Germanic states, and the Welsh and Irish among the British, to say nothing of various other classes among other nations. Do you understand what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
I just said that, and I just said, look here. In Italy, they got an oppressed subordinate class and no rights, called the gypsies. All right. In Rome, in ancient Rome, they had the gladiators, no rights. They were just sent to fight, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, right? In Russia and Turkey, they got the Cossacks. Again, no respect. Oppressed, no privileges, no rights, so on and so forth. In Germanic states, in Germany and them, they had the Slavs, the Sclavs, and the Croats, right? And even in the UK and the British, you already know the Irish and the Welsh, they ain't got no real rights, nothing. Okay? And he's saying that's something that was going on with all these Wazungu countries. All these European countries had the same social formation. So then Martin Delaney goes forward. He says, look, that they have in all ages in almost every nation existed a nation within a nation. Now I'm not going to say that I don't agree with that, but still, a people who, although forming a part and parcel of the population, yet were from force of circumstances known by the peculiar position they occupied, forming in fact by the deprivation of political equality with others, no part, and if any, but a restricted part of the body politic of such nations, is also true. Such then are the Poles in Russia. Okay, so the Poles in Russia didn't, were a nation in a nation, didn't really have no respect. The Hungarians in Austria, the Scotch, Irish, and Welsh in the United Kingdom, and such also are the Jews scattered throughout not only of the length and breadth of Europe, but almost the habitable globe, maintaining their national characteristics and looking forward in high hope, seeing the day when they may return to their former national position of self-government and independence, which they got, later on in Israel, right? Let that be in whatever part of the habitable world it may. This is the lot of these various classes of people in Europe, and it is not our intention here to discuss the justice or injustice of the causes that have contributed to their degradation, but simply to set forth the undeniable facts which are as glaring as the rays of noonday sun, thereby to impress them indelibly on the minds of every reader of this pamphlet. It is not enough that these people are deprived of equal privileges by their rulers, but the more effectually to succeed, the equality of the classes must be denied, and their inferiority by nature as distinct races actually asserted. This policy is necessary to appease the opposition that might be interposed in their behalf. So he's saying, look, because I'm saying this a little fast, right? He's saying this, that every nation had this other people that they were oppressing, and they've asserted, those other people are inferior, right? And this was going on for the Jews, for the Poles, for the Cossacks, for the Gypsies, for the Croats, for the Slavs, for all of that, and all that's in Europe, and that's two white groups, okay? Now let's go. Let's keep going. The policy necessary to appease the opposition that might be interpreted.
That's what I'm saying. I understand.
Hold on, let me finish.
Mistreat each other. I'm saying I understand that white people mistreat each other.
Let me finish. Wherever there is arbitrary rule, there must be necessarily on the part of the dominant classes superiority be assumed. Okay, so superiority versus inferiority. To assume superiority is to deny the equality of others and to deny their equality to premise their incapacity for self-government. Let this once be conceded that there will be little or no sympathy for the oppressed, the oppressor being left to prescribe whatever terms at discretion for their government suits his own purpose. Such then is the condition of various classes in Europe. Yes, nations for centuries within nations, even without the hope of redemption among those who oppress them, and however unfavorable their condition, there is none more so than that of the African people of the United States. Basically what I'm saying in a nutshell is that the white man has always had an inferior class and a superior class and a superiority complex, and an inferiority complex got nothing to do with the fact that it's black versus white. It's just how white people know how to govern. Alright? That's their governing system. Now if you are under their government, you are under their governing system, and yes, you'll find yourself in a position where you are relegated to an inferior position. But that's to be expected. What else do you expect from a minority population? Come on.
Okay. This is what I'm trying to. I'm saying you went a long way around to just tell me that white supremacy is the world government. Because even in what you're saying, you're still not telling me that it's a place I can go to. Because every place in Africa is been colonized. And they still have white supremacists with their hands in these places. So again, where can you go? Because you just went on a long rambling about, well, you're gonna be in this as long as you're around them, and you're gonna be this as long as you're around them, because that's the thing. Well, where are you gonna go?
Okay, so there are places in this world that do not have this quote unquote white supremacy, right? That would be, you got China. You got Cuba, you got North Korea, you got the USSR, or you got the Soviet Union, Russia, whatever. You got you got a hand, like you got India, you got Iraq, you got a lot of these countries. Now you might say, hey, look, in Africa, they're still closer to this colonization thing, the neo-colonialism, and that's a fair statement to make. However, the process of getting independence is well known. It could be implemented in Africa, and that is what we're supposed to be about. The only difference is that something like the code does not give you that process, and that's exactly why I would call it counter-revolutionary. No, that's the difference.
But I get what you're saying, and what's your gist of this particular argument you're making here, but it doesn't make it that, you know what I'm saying? Because even if you decide to go over there, you can't expect, like you said, everybody to go over there. And what you gonna hear from over there and say, nigga, you should have came over here. Why not just try justice and do the whole system of white supremacy? What if you go to the next country over is being?
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. Look here, who could solve the problem of white supremacy?
I'm sorry, sir.
Who can solve the problem of white supremacy? According to you. According to the code.
White people.
White people. Mm-hmm. Alright, so you want me to solve the problem of white supremacy, correct?
No, I didn't.
No, you asking me why don't I solve the problem of white supremacy, right?
I'm sorry, sir.
You asking me why I don't solve the problem of white supremacy, correct?
No, I said why I do. Yes, sir. I said why don't we help try to solve the system?
Okay, why don't we help to? Am I a white person?
No, sir.
So how can I solve the problem of white supremacy according to you?
We can help produce justice. That
how?
Effect.
Wait, hold on a second. Who can solve the problem of white supremacy?
White people.
White people. Am I white?
No, sir.
Can I solve the problem of white supremacy?
No, sir.
So then why am I trying to solve the problem of white supremacy?
Why would you try to help produce justice?
Why would I try to solve the problem of white? You asked me why would I try to solve the problem of white supremacy?
This is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Okay.
Well, I don't think I made this statement before, but in the system of white supremacy, black people have been trained to be silly about serious things and serious about silly things.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Neely Fuller Jr.'s whole
we're
book is
so.
silly about
I'm
serious
sorry,
things.
sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Neely Fuller Jr.'s
So-
whole book is silly about serious things.
Okay, so let me finish. I finish my soliloquy. So when I say me and you, so when I say people like me and you try to fight white supremacy, us trying to produce justice and helping
Hello? Hello, you there?
back. Yeah, I'm back. But
Oh, what
us,
happened?
the role me and you could play as black people, we could guarantee that people that are mistreated that we know, and guarantee that the people who need the most constructive help get it.
Hold on a second. How are we going to guarantee that? In your system, how do we guarantee that?
How do we guarantee that?
How do we guarantee something if the white people got all the power?
I'm sorry, sir.
How do we guarantee something if the white people got all the power?
Well, this is what you do. Let's say you walk into a room and you got 10 people. You want to produce justice. You ask people, is anybody here being mistreated? And then you ask people who need the most constructive help. That's how you help produce justice. Now everybody needs help.
Okay, and the white person tells me, look, I'm here mistreating this person. What you go? All right, so look here. Let's say I walk into a prison. I walk into a prison, right?
Okay.
And you know, in prison, black people are mistreated. You know that, right?
All the time.
Okay. So I walk into a prison. What can I do to stop the system? What can I do to produce justice in the prison system?
What can you do to help to produce justice in the prison?
Sure. What can I do?
Well, obviously, since we in the prison, the world prison, the book.
No. Let's talk about prison. You have any family in prison?
This is what I'm trying to get you.
Do you have any family in prison?
I'm trying to get you to understand.
Do you visit anybody in prison?
Sir.
Do you visit anybody in prison?
Sir, no, I don't visit anyone in prison. Sir.
Okay.
Can I please answer your question, sir?
Look, I visit people in prison. Ain't nothing you gonna say gonna make any sense. But keep going.
Sir, okay. This is how the code scopes prison. The code scopes prison as the world itself is a prison for the white for a black person. So when a person goes to what we call prison or jail, that is called greater confinement. Because we're already in a prison. The world is a prison. So
okay, keep going.
Do a crime and you go to jail or prison, that's called greater confinement.
All right,
So
you just give me a word, but keep going.
This is what I'm trying to get you to understanding of black people's whole the situation that we've been put in worldwide. So since we're already in a prison, when you go into greater confinement, let's say you come in from the street and you try to go help somebody that's in greater confinement, you got to go through the white supremacy system to try to get that person in greater confinement help. That's how that works. In some sort of way, you're gonna have to go talk to some white person because they the one making decisions really about, you know what I'm saying, this type of law thing.
Okay,
you know
all right. So you're still not getting it.
Talk to somebody white about what's happening in this prison system.
You still not getting it. All right.
It's not to be a
See,
black
the
person.
trouble is this. Look, the trouble is that you are simplifying the world into some silly nonsense.
The code is that simple. The code is that simple, really.
It's too simple because it's nonsense.
The code
Look,
is that simple.
bruh, it's nonsense.
So simple.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
In Iraq, they have prisons.
Okay.
Okay. If I want to get somebody out of prison, or if I want to help somebody in prison in Iraq, who do I ask?
Directly or indirectly, a white supremacist. Somebody who was in support of the dominant government. And the dominant government on the planet is white supremacy.
Okay, so you're saying that in Iraq, I gotta find some white person.
No, it don't have to be a white person.
Hold on a second.
It could be a national person. It could be. But I'm saying.
Hold on a second. You just told me Neely Fuller Jr., who was non-white, is not a white supremacist, correct?
No, sir.
So if the people in Iraq, according to Neely Fuller Jr. and you, are non-white, then that means that if I'm trying to help somebody in an Iraqi prison, that I have to find a white person to help them. Correct?
Directly or indirectly, yes, sir. And what I mean by
what do you mean by so you're saying that if I go to the prison in Iraq and I ask a white and I ask
we have nothing but Iraqi people, right?
And I ask it's only Iraqi people, and I ask an Iraqi person, they cannot help that person in the prison unless they somehow get the permission of a white person.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
Yes,
you believe that shit? No, I didn't curse. But do you believe that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, jeez.
This is the dominating world government, sir. I'm not sure which way to cut and fold it for you, sir.
So you saying if I go to China, one of the raising superpowers, and I try to do some sort of business in China, I engage with the Chinese people, that I'm indirectly engaging with some white person somewhere in China or somewhere in this world.
Well,
I need the white person's permission. The Chinese people need the white person's permission to do business.
Right, yes, sir. On this planet, yes, sir.
And how you know that? On this planet? No! Oh my gosh. You believe that?
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
All the evidence speak to this, yes, sir.
Give me one example.
Of which one?
Of somebody going to China and somehow it was a white person that permitted their business.
Well, I mean, directly or indirectly.
Indirectly or directly. I mean, no, look, see, there's a white person at the end of it. There was a white person at the end of it. Give me an example.
Of the economics. Who's in control of the economics and the distribution and the labor?
Are you kidding me? You think that white people are in control of the economics, distribution, and labor of every freaking country on the planet?
Yes, sir.
In every single capacity, they are control of everything. Like, where do you even get that from?
Yes, sir.
So look here. Let me ask you this: when the Chinese steal military secrets from America, when they steal military secrets from America, that's because the white supremacists allowed them to?
Directly, indirectly, yeah. Because if they
so some white person sat up and said, "I see this Chinese man trying to steal some military secrets. Okay, let him do it." Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
Oh, sure. Gosh, man. Come on, man. At some point, you got to realize how ridiculous this sounds.
The dominating world government is white supremacy.
So you saying, all right, so when India was trying to get nuclear weapons and the whole world was trying to stop them, you saying that the world allowed India to get nuclear weapons?
Pretty much, yeah.
They said okay, India can get nuclear weapons.
The dominating government, yeah. They're allowing like the African slave trade. They're allowing that to go on. The whole Middle East been set up to be a battlefield. They're allowing that to go on. Because one thing we know about these crackers and how they get down, if they feel like something corrupt is going on with your country, your politics, they'll just come smoke you and take you out of power, start a whole new political system over there, get the people to voting, and then put a nigga in office. They'll do all of that. So the question
because they didn't do that,
you see all this go.
Hold on a moment. So look. You understand that there's a all right. So understand this. Let me ask you this: can every black person move out of America tomorrow?
Sir, that wouldn't happen.
No, I'm asking you: can every black person do that?
People not gonna break training.
No, I'm asking you: can they do that? Is it physically possible for every black person, for 40 million people in America, to leave in one day?
No, sir.
Okay, it's not physically possible. You know what do you call what is it? What is it called when you cannot physically possibly do that?
Improbable?
No, logistics. It says it's a lack of like logistics aren't there. The logistics aren't there. Okay, in military, in war, there are no. You have to be concentrate. You have to concentrate on logistics. Okay. You have to concentrate on a cost benefit analysis. Okay, a cost benefit analysis. White people are not everywhere. They do not have a billion, a trillion. They don't have a trillion soldiers in every corner of the globe. They don't have military bases in every they have a lot of military bases. I'm not gonna tell you they don't. They don't have a trillion soldiers in every single military base. It's not logistically possible to be everywhere and do everything all at once from this group of people that nobody can name. It's not logistically possible.
So, even the people in the Amazon rainforest, who barely even counter white people. Just a couple years ago, I seen them crying in the forest talking about they burning our land. They burning our land. Who the hell is they? Who is over here messing with the people in the forest, man?
Bro, that's just look, man. No disrespect.
That's just white supremacy.
No disrespect.
Fucking with them people.
That just sounds silly. Like that's the trouble. Look. This is the trouble. Look. Here's what this brother was telling me. Look.
Are subject to white supremacy.
Pay attention.
You don't even have to see white people on a regular basis.
Pay attention.
You are subject to white supremacy.
Pay attention. This is the trouble with these Neely Fuller rights. Okay? You watch too much damn television and you think you know something from it.
I don't watch television.
You read too many newspapers and think you know something about it.
I don't really read news.
Your man Neely Fuller Jr. says all he does is watch TVs and movies, and that's where he gets all his theories from.
No, sir. It's absolutely not true. Hey, that was actually one of my bullets that I had wrote down that I wanted to actually talk to you about, because I'm not sure if you listen to him or you know much about his work on YouTube or the stuff I listen to and to read the book. But Neely Fuller, 90 years old. He was in World War II. He was in the Army and the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? He was in military uniform and was told to get on the back of the bus. His mom dying of cancer. He had to get on the back of the bus. Man, this dude is experiencing what he's talking about and how he's.
And he watches television. He watches television to gain that experience.
No.
World War II ended in 1945 or something like that. You understand? 1945. That's 75 years ago.
Yes, sir. He's
75 years ago. World War II ended 75 years ago, my dude. What do you think? So you think during this, he's relying on World War? You think he never watched television for 75 years?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But to say that he got all his experience and not even say,
75 years? Bro, hold on a second. How old are you? How old are you? That's why I asked you from jump. How old are you?
I don't want to argue. I want to have a conversation with you. But what I'm saying is, you can't expect somebody to be on this planet for 90 years and still not have any experience. And for you to omit that and be like, well, and she said he just watched TV.
And see this, look, if he's 90 years old and World War II was 75 years ago, and ended 75 years ago, that would mean that he was 15.
I'm sorry, sir?
That would mean that he was 15 in World War II.
No, sir. No, sir. I think he was drafted. I'm not sure how old he was.
At 15? At the end of the war?
I'm not sure how old he was when he was drafted, sir.
You said it's 75 years ago.
I'm saying that's irrelevant.
It's 75 years. No, you brought up World War II. Said he was 15 in the war, and they were calling him boy. What else was he?
No, that's not what I said. They was calling him boy. That's not what I said. What I said was he was in the military, and he got back when he was on the bus. Going back to see who was dying from cancer, he had to get on the back of the bus, still in military uniform. This is what I'm trying. That's what I was.
But he was 15.
About. Who I never spoke to how old he was.
You said he's 90 right now.
Years old now.
You said he's 90 right now, right?
Yeah.
So it's 1945, not 75 years ago.
That I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. Look.
Right now.
Wait. Hold on a second. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Yeah. So 2020 minus 75. How much is that? Let me take out my calculator, okay? Because I thought I used my brain calculator, but maybe because you got me thinking that I didn't use my brain calculator correct. So 2020 minus what you say 75, right? It's 1945. So what's 90 minus 75? 90 minus 75 is 15. Okay, so the dude was 15 in 1945.
Okay. Listen, I'm not sure about.
How you not sure? You just told me he was 90. In World War, and you said you fought in World War II.
Maybe I got the war wrong.
Okay. So why are you bringing up the war? That's what I'm saying. You must be talking now that you giving me some miseducation.
No, I'm not giving you miseducation.
You giving me some miseducation.
I'm not miseducating you because I'm just telling you about Neely Fuller Jr. This is not like miseducation on like some bullshit.
You just told me he was fighting in World War II at 15 years old.
I made a mistake.
Okay.
I probably made a mistake with the war. I'm not sure which war it is.
Okay, but you the one brought up World War II. Ain't nobody else said World War II.
No, I'm saying, but he does have military experience.
Okay, at 15 years old, this dude has military experience at 15 years old, and I'm supposed to rely on his 15-year-old with military experience from 75 years ago.
No. That's if you know. I'm speaking to his wisdom. You're kind of trying to assassinate his character right now, and I don't think
there's no wisdom. It's not wisdom. This is isdom. It's not wisdom. This is isdom.
We should deal with the knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no knowledge. This is knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is he's 90 years old. He's seen a lot, and you know what I'm saying? He can.
He's seen a lot of television. He said he watched television. Hold on a moment. Mm-hmm. Dude said he watches television and all that. Cause look, man. Like I said, man, I don't know what. Look, the Ghanaian are calling. The Ghanaian coffin dancers are calling. You know, they want to put you in the great. They want to put you in the ground right now. You talking about underestimate this dude? Come on, man.
I'm giving you intellectual smoke the whole time, my brother.
Bro, there ain't nothing intellectual about the sure. Let me not be rude.
Oh, I'm giving you the business, man. You against the ropes, man. You and them fighting around, man. You and your books and everything, and I ain't even hit my bullets yet. You and your hand. You done took a gut punch, man.
Man, look, man. Whatever. Look, man. There's a Jamaican song that goes past the Dutchie on the left hand side. You got a puff pass, man. You can't keep holding on to it. You know what I mean? You hide in the airplanes. You know, right about now. But look. Yeah, 75 years ago was World War II. A lot of things have happened. Neely Fuller Jr.
It's okay for you to try to discredit me through him by saying I got the war wrong. I mean, that's the only thing you can. That's your only argument. I mean, it's kind of petty. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to deal with the knowledge here.
But what knowledge? I'm trying to explain to you.
Is world dominating government, and it don't matter what you.
So who's a part of this government? Hold on a moment. Who's a part of this government? Who's a part? All right. Why you tell me see a government? That's what you said. What's a government?
And a religion.
What's a government? What's a government?
And a religion.
What is a government?
A government is dominating ideology. White supremacy is the dominating government.
Okay, so does the United States have a government?
White supremacy is the dominating government.
So does the United States have a government?
White supremacy is the dominating government of the world.
Okay, so does the United States have a government?
Yes, sir.
All right. So is Donald Trump the president of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is Donald Trump a part of the government of the United States?
No, sir.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, y'all.
I mean, we got all the way right to the land. You talking about the land that they call this place, or the hemisphere, you know what I'm saying? The U.S., that's what they call it. But then you said he was ahead of some government called the U.S. government. I don't know the name of that government. I only know the government of the system of white supremacy. That's the only government I know.
So who's in the government of the system of white supremacy?
Who's in the government?
Sure.
Well, those who wouldn't support him. It's like I said, we can't. I don't know.
You don't know him. You don't know him. So how How do I? All right, the white supremacists are the ones that could stop white supremacy, correct? Okay, so how do I appeal to the white supremacists if I don't know any of them?
Sure you do.
Who?
You don't know no white people?
White people are not white supremacists necessarily.
Well, that's what you got to ask them questions.
So I asked them, hey, are you a white supremacist? And what are they supposed to say? How do I find out if a white person is a white supremacist?
Not how you ask. That's not how you ask. You just ask them questions. Like, hey, how you feel about this subject? How you feel about this subject? And why you feel about this subject? And you can watch the hypocrisy, and you can see the racial bias, and you be like, you know what? You one of them. You one of them.
Okay, so if I meet a random white person, if I meet a random white person with some negative feelings towards black people, that same white person can now end the system of white supremacy?
Can he now end the system of white supremacy?
He or she, yeah.
If they stop being in support of the system of white supremacy.
So your idea is that white people, we're supposed to go around doing moral suasion and persuading white people to stop benefiting from the world.
Or if this system just become too unbearable because you know what's going on once you don't realize, like I said, a lot of things that I wasn't able to realize before I seen the code. But now since I know the code, I know what's going on every day. And now since I'm at a point, if I ever feel like I don't feel like being mistreated every day, every hour, then, you know, maximum emergent compensatory action, you know what I'm saying, would be the way, you know what I'm saying, the way you stick to the code.
So you haven't come to that conclusion yet. You still like how you're being treated.
No, I believe people can change. I seen what they smoke. That like I say, they still shooting people down in the street. They just shot the brother 7 times in the back. You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean by the powerlessness of black people, because people say, "Oh, we need money." I mean, my brother, and all realistically, I see $200, $300 million NBA players in the street with regular people begging. A demand, if you're demanding or asking or begging, all of these words are synonymous with each other. A demand is basically you asking just in a more aggressive way. So either way, all of them are synonymous. So we have millionaire black people basically powerless in the streets begging for justice. You can't tell me that black people have power or money will help us out. No, you have to replace the system of white supremacy. It's no way.
But you understand, hold on a moment, you understand that in their country, right? You understand that in their country, okay, that they would be the ones. What I'm saying is this: in their country, they would be the ones.
They dominate the world. You keep on talking about you keep on selling. You cannot sell these guys short now. Don't sell them short.
Bruh.
It's not just one country. This is a world system now.
By the way, this dude said is the Neely Fuller fought in the Korean War, not World War II. But let me say this.
See?
If it's
See how realistic it get hard to ignore. You're like, damn, this the whole thing? Okay. Yeah.
No, it's just ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Get involved in the code and you realize how the position that black people are really in.
No. What I'm saying is that look. Do you understand that when you are in Africa and you are quote unquote demanding and begging and protesting, you're doing that to black politicians, right?
No, sir.
You don't understand that?
Sir, I don't understand that.
I know you don't.
They're protesting the system of white supremacy if they're in the streets. If you got millions and millions of people, black, you got millions and millions of non-white people somewhere being mistreated on a massive scale. is to the benefit of white supremacy. I don't understand why you don't understand that concept.
Hold on a second. What I'm trying to let you understand. Look, you got white people who protest their governments in Europe. You got white people who protest this government in America.
Is it based on race?
No, this is white people. That's what I'm saying. Now,
okay, so we can't talk about race. That's almost like talking about Jew and black. How we gonna have a conversation about Jewish people and black people? This is race and that's religion. We gonna be, if you want to talk about Jews, we gotta have a conversation about Jews.
No, what I'm trying to get you to understand. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that protesting and begging and all that stuff, when it happens in Europe, you say, oh, that's just regular, political government, I guess, right? But if it happens in Africa, that's just white supremacy.
Yes, sir. The black people.
You see, you got an inferiority complex. This is what I said. This is what you're not getting. I said y'all look down on black people too much. That's why I don't mess with it. You look down on black people too much. If white people are protesting their government, that's fine. That's admirable. That's amazing. If black people are protesting their government, they're just following white supremacy. Come on, man. This is ridiculous.
No, this is ridiculous. I didn't say it was following white supremacists. I said it was protesting white supremacy.
So look, you said, all right, look, if the government in Europe is abusing or misusing the funds, or is a corrupt politician in Europe, right? And the people are protesting this corrupt politician and they're poor spending, right? That's not white supremacy, correct?
Sir. White people will kill each other in mass, sir. Civil war, Revolutionary War. Just because they kill each other in a protest, that does not mean that white supremacy is going out of business. What part? I don't understand.
No, I didn't say that. I said that if they do it in Europe, you would just call it a protest, correct? But if they do it in Africa, if there's a corrupt politician in Africa and the people are fed up with that, then you say, oh, they protesting white supremacy.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. So the trouble is that what you're saying doesn't make any damn sense. It's some silly ass indoctrination. What you need, and anybody else who believes in Neely Fuller Jr., what you need is to read a real book. And like I said, I got a real book. All right, you could go pick up my book.
I'm saying, what Book of Power. What your book is probably going to tell me is about history, but I know enough about history.
No, you don't know. You don't know anything about history. You mistook a stamp for currency. You mistook the Korean War for World War II. You don't know nothing about 5,000 years. You don't know about the 100-year wars in between Britain and France. There's no indication that you don't know anything about history.
We all make mistakes. I'm human. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you made a mistake when you thought that Neely Fuller Jr. was a master teacher. That's when you made a mistake.
Oh yeah, man. Neely Fuller Jr. he's my master teacher. I'm not sure about you.
Look. You made a mistake when you thought this dude had any damn sense. Period. You talking about everybody makes mistakes. That's your mistake right there. Anyway, look. I think I heard enough. I think everybody else heard enough. All right. I promised I'd walk the floor with you. I decided, I wore out my shoes. I wore out my shoes, but thank you so much for coming through. I don't know if you want to plug anything. I don't know if you want to tell anybody about your Twitter so they could laugh at you. But I'm going to advise you this, brother. All right, I'm going to advise you this. Get my book and get some knowledge, because what you're saying right now is ridiculous. Okay. You sound like a grown man. You got to expand your reading palette, and when you do, you're gonna find that there's a lot more to this world than just white people running everything. Actually, let me engage you on this. The white people set up Grenada. The white people made Grenada independent.
Directly or indirectly.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? It's a cop out. No historical knowledge, nothing. Maurice Bishop was supported by white people, you're saying? White supremacists?
I'm not sure who that guy is.
Exactly. This is why I said pick up my book. You get to see Maurice Bishop. You get to hear Maurice Bishop. Thomas Sankara. The white people put Thomas Sankara in power.
But another black elected official doesn't mean
white
much.
people put Thomas Sankara? The white supremacists put Thomas Sankara in power.
Another black official doesn't mean anything. That's a
There's white people. The white supremacists put Thomas Sankara in power.
He's Obama.
Huh?
He is Obama.
It's not Obama. I said Thomas Sankara.
He is Obama. Any black elected official in the system of white supremacy take the role of Obama.
That's just dumb. Don't let me. You know what? Don't let me. I'm asking you a question. Did white supremacists put up Thomas Sankara? I'm trying to show how silly your ideology is.
Another black elected official means nothing in the system of white supremacy.
Okay, but did the white supremacists put him into power?
Directly, indirectly.
Alright, I'm just trying to show people how dumb this ideology of yours is, how lazy it is to say that Thomas Sankara was installed by the white supremacists. Now, what was Amilcar Cabral installed by the white supremacists? Directly or indirectly, you can say it.
Of course.
Okay. Amilcar Cabral, the revolutionary, the one who's bodying these crackers, fights a revolutionary war, liberates his country, and all that. He was installed by the white supremacists. That's what you said.
Oh, that's how he got his. Is this how he got his power?
Sure.
Over what country?
Guinea-Bissau, I believe.
Where was it?
Guinea-Bissau. Let me ask you this. Thomas Sankara, same thing.
Is that an African country?
That's an African country.
Oh, okay.
Thomas Sankara was in Burkina Faso. He fought a revolutionary war, beat the crackers out, and you telling me the crackers, the white supremacists, installed him indirectly or directly, correct? So even after doing this maximum whatever you call it, even after he did that, you saying that's what the white supremacists wanted?
No.
When he fought a revolutionary war, that's what the white supremacists wanted. Come on.
He didn't perform maximum emergency compensatory action.
Okay, what did he perform?
A war, I guess, but maximum emergency compensatory action is something totally different. It's meant to be something totally different. It's for the individual.
Okay, yeah, it's not as effective. That's the whole point. It's not effective. It's not effective. You're just an individual. You're not going to change the whole freaking system. You're not Rambo. How many times I got to tell you, you're not Rambo?
You would never know it was maximum emergency compensatory action. Only the person would know is the person who did it.
Okay, good. Look, so you're saying after this Thomas Sankara, were the Mau Mau, who fought in Kenya, revolutionary guerrilla warfare, were they also a part of? Were they doing this at the behest of white supremacists?
Yes, sir.
There, you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. I've looked at some of those infighting wars and some of the shit that happened over there. Oh man, the white supremacists had their hand in it. Oh man, they giving one group more or giving somebody this and they giving somebody favor this and these people get bad. They put this person in Listen, it was a whole bunch of cracker shit going on over there, man.
Alright, look, man. I think people could see how ridiculous this Neely Fuller Jr. ideology is. You showed it very well. You represented this ridiculous ideology incredibly well. I congratulate you for this ignorance. I congratulate you for this ignorance.
I got one last question.
Alright, bros.
So, you telling me when those people in Rwanda went over there slaughtering each other, 800,000 people slaughtering each other, they had nothing to do with crackers they had nothing to do with white people.
I mean, Rwanda is a special case, but yeah, Rwanda is an example of white people intervening in or exacerbating differences between two different social classes in Africa. I'm not saying that white people don't have any influence.
Okay.
I never said
that. What about South Africa? Do they have anything to do with South Africa?
Yeah, everybody knows they got something to do with South Africa. They still there. They like 10% of the country.
What about Patrice Lumumba?
What about Patrice Lumumba?
Did they have anything to do with his assassination?
His assassination, yeah, but did they have anything to do with his?
So crackers faulted all sort of things that black people was doing over there, right?
You said crackers do what?
They did. They still.
Yeah, but that's what. Look. How was World War II started?
World War II started. I'm not sure about how World War II.
Oh my gosh, dude! So wait. So while this white boy was miseducating you, you just tuned out or something?
About how it started, I'm not sure.
Why, when this white boy was miseducating you, you just tuned out?
No, I mean that.
Did you pay attention in school? Did you pay attention in the public school system?
World War II was a European problem that started in Europe.
Yeah. Did you pay attention in public school system?
World War II was a European problem.
Okay, so I'm asking you, how did it start? How did it start?
Which one?
World War II.
World War II?
The war you think Neely Fuller Jr. fought in. How did it start?
No, he didn't fight in World War II. I already clarified that.
Wait,
because if you were
it
15,
actually might be World War I, but one of them was started with the assassination. One of them was started with the assassination of another leader, of another country's leader. Okay, in fact, it might actually been World War I. So World War I. Let me correct myself. I guess we both like World War II too much. Right? World War I was started with the assassination of a world leader by one country to another. Okay, so the reality is that nations, and this was between European countries. So yes, if European countries are assassinating European leaders, right, and they're doing that to this day, and so yes, they are doing that also in Africa, but that's what countries do. That's what nations do.
No, I don't see Africans over here doing what the U.S. do. I didn't see Africans have a goddamn Berlin Conference. I didn't see Africans have a Berlin Conference. Did you see Africans have a Berlin Conference?
Alright, hold on a second. Why would Africans have a Berlin Conference? Why would Africans go all the way down to Germany to have a conference?
What do you mean? Why would they? They was divided up.
Why would Africans go all the way down to Germany? Why would they all gather together to go to Germany and have a conference?
I mean, you're right. I mean, it don't matter if they would have came down there anyway.
No. Hold on a second. I'm asking you. You said you ain't seen no Africans having a Berlin Conference. Why would they go all the way down to Berlin to have a conference?
To me, if you ask me, if they know the Berlin Conference is going and they finna try to split up African land, we finna go shoot everybody talking. What do you mean? You're not finna come split up African land. What do you mean? White people had no claim to that land.
Okay, so what? Now let me ask you this. So when the Africans met up in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to form the African Union or even the OAU, when they did that, was that not their own conference for the unity of Africa?
The OAU, I've never heard of that conference. I'm not.
Oh my gosh, get out of here, man! No.
I'm not.
You're not familiar with no history.
I'm sorry, sir.
You're not familiar with any history.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
The Pan-African, when the Africans met up to have a Pan-African conference, what was that? What was that?
I looked for the treachery of white people in Africa, and I found it everywhere. I mean, everywhere. I didn't necessarily.
What part of geopolitics don't you understand? The Russians are corrupting the elections of the United States of America. The Chinese are stealing military secrets from the United States of America. Okay? The Russians are assassinating leaders all over the world. Assassinating journalists all over the world. The African countries are assassinating journalists and civilians and all that all over the world. They're doing this stuff. This is what countries do. And not just white countries. Come on, man. You're being ridiculous. No, it's enough. You're being ridiculous. You're being misinformed. You think it's nice. You think it's good. You think it's cute or whatever. But it don't make no damn sense. You're too old for this. You're too old. It don't make any sense. No. Bruh, it don't make any sense. I'm sorry.
This guy.
Alright, man, look. I think
I know the Berlin Conference was a real thing, and I know they colonized the spot, and I know that.
Yeah, bro, we had the OAU, we had the AU, we had the ECOWAS. You know about ECOWAS? No. We had the East African Federation. We have all of this going on in Africa. A lot of unity examples, a lot of examples of consolidation. Do you know that Tanganyika? Do you know what Tanganyika is?
I know they ain't white folks up out of there.
No, do you know Tanganyika? Do you know what Tanganyika is?
I know they ain't ran them white folks up out of there.
You don't think they ran the white folk out of there? Okay. Okay, that makes a lot. That doesn't know. Tanganyika and Zanzibar became one country called Tanzania. Okay, by the great leader Nyerere. All right. So just saying that's what the white supremacists allowed. He asked the white supremacists, "Can I combine these two countries?"
Oh man, he had to ask somebody.
No, he didn't. He asked Zanzibar. What's wrong with you?
Somebody had to ask somebody.
Tanganyika asked Zanzibar. That's two black people. Come on. Yeah, you're being ridiculous, dude. You're being ridiculous. I don't want to hear this, man. I don't want to hear this. Look, you're being ridiculous. You want real knowledge. Like I said, you got the book of power. People, look, I want people to understand. Example of Maurice Bishop. Example of Mau Mau. Example of the OAU Constitution. All of that's in the book of power. So you get that book of power. Put down your Neely Fuller Jr. book. You could see that this person right here reading it sounds like a nice guy. He's reading it. It sounds ridiculous, and it's stunting his intelligence that he was endowed with. All right. So I appreciate you coming on, brother. I thought you was gonna come a lot stronger. That's a good thing I didn't prepare. It wouldn't make any sense for me to prepare. Everybody else like this video, you know. And I mean, bruh, if you think that your ideology still makes sense when it comes against a learned and scholastic ideology like mine, then I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You should go re-listen to this video and see just the limitations on what you're saying, because you talking about Berlin Conference like we ain't have no OAU, like we ain't have no AU. You acting like we ain't have it. You acting like Tanganyika and Tanzania, and you acting like Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau is another conglomeration, two countries combined. You know, by Amilcar Cabral. Again, you know, you say, oh, the white supremacists allowed Amilcar Cabral to do that. This is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
What happened to Sierra Leone?
Sierra Leone, that was a British colony.
I thought it was freedom time.
It was a British colony.
Oh.
All right, brother. Anyway, so what were you even going to say about Sierra Leone? That's what I want to know. What were you even going to say about that?
Well, from my understanding, that was a place that the U.S. said, hey, if y'all want freedom, y'all can go over there and y'all establish that. They said that was something for free slaves over there. Freedom Town was for free slaves.
That was Liberia.
They found out it was diamonds in the over there and some natural resources. Then they had when they colonized the spot.
Yeah, that was Liberia, dude. Well, actually, I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. But as far as I understand, America had to do with Liberia was like an American colony, kind of. A quasi colony.
Hey,
and Sierra Leone was a British colony.
I know the crackers have a world domination system going on. I think it's just you that's in denial. You like, hey, we got power and we did, sir.
Okay, bro. Look, I appreciate your time. I appreciate all that. You know, thank you for showing up. I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Do you have any last comments? What do you say?
Yes, sir. Watch out for the richest of us begging in the streets for justice for the guy that just got shot in the street. To let you know.
Yeah, dude, it's their country. 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 You would beg their government because the police are state sanctioned by their government. You don't understand that. Who else are you gonna ask but the people who run the police station? Come on, man. This is ridiculous, man.
The Greece send those Africans out there on those boats and immigrants out there in
that's their country. Greece is their country.
Oh shit.
What don't you understand about that?
So you telling me white supremacy reached all the way to Europe, all the way to Greece? Man, this is a world thing, man. This just
what color are the people in Greece? Do you know where Greece is?
This is white supremacy.
Where is Greece, man? Where is Greece? Where is Greece?
Look, it's okay. It's okay. This
Where is
white
Greece?
supremacy thing is a worldwide system. I just
Bomba
need you to
clot, man.
understand it.
Bomba clot, man. Me can't, man. Me can't. You understand? And I can't. I don't know what you're saying, man.
Okay.
Let me just see. Let me see. Yo,
But,
you done left your African mind somewhere.
Oh no, and I'm all with. Hey,
I don't know where it's at.
I don't classify myself anyway. That's what you don't understand. We don't do no classifying. We don't do no classifying.
Yeah, man. Look, man. I heard enough. I think you done lost your African mind somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna be, but look.
Okay, so when you was born, they didn't tell you was part of the African American group. And hey, I didn't know I was part of that. They classified me before I was born. So, like I said, I didn't do the classifying, and you didn't do the classifying. You lying to yourself.
Who should classify you? So look, if I go to Japan, if I was born in Japan, who would classify me?
I'm sorry, sir?
If I was born in Japan, who would classify me?
White supremacists would classify you.
Oh, jeez, man. Yo. So you think in Japan, I gotta wait for the white supremacists? Man,
sir, Japan is have a government outside of the system of white supremacy. What don't you understand?
Bruh, look. I appreciate your time. I gotta go eat or something. Alright? So, you know.
If y'all want to give me a follow, I'm situation_starter on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can find me at. I'm posting all knowledge. You can find some codification also.
Alright, yeah, so situation_starter.
Hopefully I spank you again, you know what I'm saying? Put the babies to bed.
Pause, man. But alright, man, shoot. Never heard something like this, but, you know, like I said, thank you. Everybody else, you know, you can like, subscribe, you can comment under, you can continue the conversation. This dude, bro, you don't go on my comments. You don't say nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing. But, I don't want to hear nothing from you. But, everybody else, you know, y'all can say something. Like I said, pick up the book, the real book. This was embarrassing, for my man. It was nice, it was nice, but it was embarrassing. And you know, we'll see. I'll hear from you guys another time. But again, like I said, thank you, brother. You know, that was different.
Make sure you send the shoe back. Make sure you send my shoe back now, because you got 3 shoes now. I left one in your ass. Boop. Man, I need you to send my shoe back. So I talk to you.
Bruh. Ain't none of that you having, man. You got your 2 shoes on your feet still, man. Hey, man, look, we'll chat. I'm gonna cut off the stream, all right? I'm gonna cut it live. I mean, I'm gonna cut it off, but you probably can still talk a little, but I'm gonna cut it off because, yeah. All right. Peace. This is the Pro Black Perspective on KWAZ Radio, and I appreciate y'all listening. And you know, like, share, subscribe. You know, like I said, if you want to follow this dude in codification, you got situation_starter. If you want to follow me, you got at Onitaset, ONITASET. But yeah, sure. Never heard this in my life. Deuces.